Hi, everybody. So you're probably going to watch the animal series. They're each one video just going over the exercises themselves and how to do them. I want to give you, in a few of them, I talk a little bit about the associations between the seasons and what have you. But I wanted to kind of do it together in one video. So then you're not trying to listen to me and do the exercises and trying to learn, and it sometimes can be a lot. So the winter, okay, if you remember the deer where we threw our arms back. Winter is associated with the kidneys and the bladder, lower dantian. So when you're doing that exercise, you're really throwing and exercising, opening up this lower part of the body. Kidneys, bladder. That's winter. And one way that you may know you having a little bit problems with the kidney or the bladder is if you're feeling the emotion of fear, okay? So if you're feeling like you're really afraid a lot of something, probably there's something going on there, okay? So that's winter. Spring is tiger. If you remember, we did the tiger claws and we pulled up and then went down like this. Tiger is associated with the liver and the gallbladder, so a lot of that exercise has to do with the middle part of the body, all right? The liver and the gallbladder are associated with spring, and their emotion is anger, right? So think about in the spring, you get all jazzed up because you want to go do stuff, right? This kind of rising energy. And then if you can't do your stuff, you get frustrated, right? And this is liver problem, okay? So just try to be easy. Let things go, right? No big deal. You don't want to disrupt your liver. Summer, the monkey, right? This is the one I think I told you a little bit has to do with the upper cavity and the heart and the lungs. And that's because that one can be a little dangerous, but that's where we're at, okay? It's also associated with the small intestine specifically, and a little bit the large intestine too, because the lungs and the large intestine are together. But the lungs and the large intestine have more to do with the fall. The summer is more to do with the heart and the small intestine, okay? The emotion associated with this is joy, but joy that's like, I think the phrase they're using now is like that level of like toxic positivity where a person's like too joyous, and that's when maybe there's a little something wrong there, okay? Late summer with the bear, when we did this real lumbering motions, really lovely and smooth. A bear is associated with stomach and spleen, so again, this middle part of the body. But you notice when we're working on liver, it's a lot of this back, forth stuff. When we work on stomach and spleen, it's more the sideways kind of bending, right, to activate that. So that's what you're doing with stomach and spleen. And the emotion that is associated with that is worry, okay? So if you find yourself like really worrying a lot, then probably you need to do some of those exercises to kind of flush that out and clear it, okay? Last one, and one of my favorites, is crane, and that's lung and large intestine. It's associated with the fall, and it's just really lovely. So when you do that crane exercise and you really expand the arms and you lengthen all this up here, you're really opening up the lungs and closing them, really exercising, getting them awake and moving. And that emotion has more to do with kind of like grief and sadness, right? So if you're kind of feeling sad, or you just feel like you're down in the dumps for some reason and you don't know why, you probably need to do some crane, really open up that system and get things moving, okay? All right, folks, happy animals.